Hi everyone, Barbara here. Today we're talking about the top Connecteam alternatives. Connecteam is a great tool. It's one of the ones out there that helps streamline your entire employee management process, and the tool combines all kinds of things in there to help you figure out where your employees, especially if you have employees spread across various different locations, it really helps you to pull them all together and figure out where they all are. So the Connecteam platform, I have it up on my screen here, does a really good job for keeping our team connected, organized, figuring out where everybody is. And I love it that we can manage all of our scheduling in one place and we can have it, we know exactly where everybody is. They also have a lot of customizable forms and checklists, which I really like, that helps us with our reporting. So here's an example of our schedule. And it does a really, really good job. So, oh, and I want to also mention they have a great knowledge base that is able to, we're able to store all of our policies and SOPs, catalogs, everything all in one place. However, today we're not talking about Connecteam only. We're going to talk about the alternatives to Connecteam. And I've chosen four. We're going to be talking about Homebase. We're going to be talking about Bamboo HR, Beekeeper, and Deputy. So let's dive into those. Going to spend a little bit more time on Homebase because that is the one that comes up for me, the one that I like the most. Homebase is a great tool for businesses that have a lot of hourly workers. It does a great job for streamlining processes around, in particular, employee onboarding and staff management for all of those various different home hourly employees that you have. It also is a human resources platform, so it pulls together all of your scheduling, your time tracking, communication, payroll, everything into one spot. So here is our schedule, and we're able to easily schedule and adjust as needed. It's fast and it's really easy to be able to add new employees into our team, and also sharing everything about their work schedule and seeing what their availabilities are. Very, very important. This is a great tool to be able to put who's available, when they're not available. So being able to add that in is super quickly. As you can see, I did that quite easily. We also use it for making sure that our employees have everything that they need to be able to get started in their job. And they have it all built in here where we would click on somebody. Let's say we go into Ashkar, and all their documents are all in the one place. So that's what I really like about Homebase, is that all of our employees' information is all in one place, and they can they upload all the information for us. So it's all there. We can also track their performance. We can see if they're coming up on time, coming in on time, if they're missing their clock out, if they're no-show. We can put any separate manager notes in here that is not accessible for the employee to see. So there's a lot of pluses to Homebase that we really, really like. And then Homebase is also very reasonably priced. And it's just a great all-around tool for being able to see everything and looking at tracking our time. People can set up their time clock in there. There's just so much within Homebase that is just a really, really good tool. So now let's go to our next tool. Our next tool is Bamboo HR. So Bamboo HR is a full HR tool, meaning that it has everything in there. It is fully comprehensive. It has hiring, onboarding, the entire employee life cycle, being able to find employees, time tracking, of course, just like Homebase, benefit administration, performance management. So there's a lot in here. You can also do compensation. It does have built-in payroll, which many of these other tools that I'm speaking about do not have that. And the one thing that I really like about Bamboo HR is it interfaces to many different other platforms, which is very helpful as your company grows, as well as they have a wide variety of ready-made reports, which many of these platforms do not have. Bamboo HR does have that. Usually you have to build these reports on your own, and it's great that that is done for you. We can also use Bamboo HR to be able to take the data that we're getting out of the system and put them into insights, which is helping us decide important things about our employees, directions, what their interests are, figuring out our workflow trends, feedback, and then also most importantly about compensation. So that is Bamboo HR. So next we're going to go to another one that I've looked at, and this is Beekeeper. Beekeeper is actually ranked one of the highest as far as their easiest to use mobile app. So if you're looking for a employee management system that help you use ease of accessibility using their phones or a tablet, if you give your employees tablets, let's say they're going from, let's say they're field workers and they're in trucks or vans and they need something to be able to have an app, Beekeeper is it. The nice thing about the app that they use is all the communications are in one place, and you can also centralize all of your employee resources. So that's a really good plus for Beekeeper, is regardless of where your employees are, you can pull them all together, and the app is very, very helpful. The other thing that's really nice about Beekeeper is they have very advanced analytic. You can see the app up here too. So as this is flipping through, advanced analytic features, which gives really good insights about what your employees, what their actions are, and how your employees are doing, which helps you give better decisions about your company direction. So Beekeeper is, and here's the integrations, has many integrations. Beekeeper is also a great tool. It can be kind of expensive though. It is so fully, the ability to be able to have all of these features put into one does bring up the pricing on Beekeeper. So it's a good choice, however, and great for mobile if that's your main focus. However, it can be a little bit more on the pricey side. So lastly, we're going to cover Deputy. Deputy is also good with mobile first. They do a great job with being able to have everything on mobile, as well as they do a great job. If you see, their scheduling management looks very similar to Connecteam, in that the way it's set up and very easy. Deputy is great also, especially for hourly employees. And it has a kind of a different look in the way that they do their scheduling and their time tracking. They also can quickly build out their staff schedules. Once again, like I said, I mentioned it's strong with the mobile, and it allows us for everyone to be able to stay updated. People can switch schedules around quickly. And then we can also see through the messages that we're sending out and coming back is when our members are clocking in and out, and we can easily sync all of our timesheets with our payroll system. So there's a lot of advantages to Deputy, as well as it does have built-in financial information, such as looking at our profit margins directly within the app. Everything flows directly into Deputy. And they can process, and what's really nice is they can process payroll with just a single click using all the usual large payroll providers, making payday super, super simple. The other thing about Deputy that is really nice is when business is slow or quiet, they have some adjustments that they can do within their system to adjust staff levels automatically. So that's a nice option that's within Deputy. So there's lots of different tools out there. We did talk originally about Connecteam. However, besides Connecteam, there's lots of different tools out there. We talked about Deputy, we talked about Beekeeper, we talked about Bamboo HR, and then of course, my favorite, Homebase, which really does a good job of keeping track of all of your employees. I hope this helps, and I'll see you again. Thanks.